In addition to specific financial control tools for each project, Avant Manager also gives us tools to manage the studio's overall finances. One of these is the Financial Manager, which we can access by clicking here. This tool provides financial information about the present, the past, and the future. In the first section, we can see our currently contracted hours, the amount subcontracted, the hours left for our team, the work we've already completed, what we've already invoiced, what's still pending production and billing, and more. Next, there's a detailed list of all the projects we're working on right now. It shows the client for each project, contracted hours, subcontracted amounts, our share, work produced, net production after subtracting subcontractors, planned billings, pending billings, both what we need to invoice our client and what our subcontractors need to invoice us. We also have information on things like profit margins, costs, and more. Besides the project list, there's a client list that shows how much each client has contracted with us, what we've already produced for them, how much has been invoiced, and what's still pending. Next, we move on to a section that shows us information about our past activity. For instance, we can review the past 15 months to see the amounts we proposed each month and the number of proposals, the amount we expected to be contracted, the actual contracted amounts, subcontracted work, production totals, our planned billing, and what we actually billed. If we hover over any box, we can view details for each amount broken down by project. There's also cost breakdowns, such as received invoices, expense sheets, and labor costs. Whenever we drill down into a section, such as invoices received, we can sort them by supplier type and then further by individual suppliers. Then we come to the section about the future, where we can see our financial planning. Here, we can compare our planned billing with our billing targets to check if we're meeting our goals. We can also view a section where we can see the cash flow forecast for the next 12 months. Here we see projected income from invoices we plan to send but haven't sent yet, expected income from invoices already sent, and anticipated cash outflows from payments we need to make for received invoices. It also calculates tax payments like VAT, quarterly IRPF withholdings, and more. This lets us see all expected income and expenses, so we have a clear cash flow forecast with positive figures marked in green and negatives in red. In addition to the Financial Manager, there's another key feature, production control. Production control is a tool that lets us track how much we produce each month, independent of billing, since production and invoicing don't always happen at the same time. With production control, we see the actual monthly output and can compare it to our overheads, showing how much our production exceeds the cost of keeping the studio running. This is calculated using the percentage of completion we report each month for every job. Those percentages convert into produced amounts, which are plotted on a graph for each company in our group. Once production control is set up, it generates monthly and annual production reports. This tool lets us pick a specific year and month, then displays all the projects we worked on during that time. For each project, it shows who the client is, the fees, the subcontracted work, the produced amount, and net production for the month, completion percentage, time spent, net production per hour, labor costs, expenses, received invoices, and profit margin for that month. All of this information is specific to the selected month. Next, we have the same information, but showing the totals accumulated over the entire lifespan of the project. This includes the total amount produced, total percentage produced, total time invested, and so on. Next, regarding production, this feature allows us to do the following. We can select a specific user and view their production report, which shows for each job they have participated in, details like their contribution percentage, the cost of their hours, and the value of what was produced. This lets us see the gross profit margin generated by that user for each specific project task, both as an amount and as a percentage. In this way, we can track the total profitability that this user has contributed over their entire time with us. We also have another useful tool, the annual report. The annual report lets us choose a company and a year, and then shows us an overview of our managers and project leaders' performance for that year, listing the projects they managed, the fees earned, the clients, the team members, and all invoices issued. You can also see this information organized by client instead of by manager. It details which clients hired us for projects, which projects were involved, what fees were earned, who managed each project, and the profits generated for each client's projects during the year. Projects completed this year, and the total cost of projects that were not contracted by clients but still generated expenses for us. We also have a job ranking table where we can see for each type of work we've done this year, how many quotes we offered, how many were contracted, the total billing for each type of work, and the profit margin obtained for each one. This helps us quickly identify which job types are most profitable and which ones yield lower returns. In addition, there are other tools available, such as reports for client analysis, project analysis, and more. In summary, as mentioned, Avant Manager offers a complete suite of financial management tools across all areas, including projects, clients, project managers, and more. We hope you found this video interesting. If you have any questions, feel free to contact Avant Manager at info@avantmanager.com. Thank you very much.